And a very good morning to you. Welcome to the show. My name is Koi. Now, taking your vehicle to get worked on can be intimidating, especially if you're not familiar with the language associated with vehicle maintenance and repair. However, next to your home, your vehicle is most likely the second most expensive investment you're likely to make, so it's important to make sure that you leave it in the right hands. Now, when something goes wrong, you want to make sure that it's correct. Now, in our mid-morning lifestyle feature today, we head to the Brothers Garage in an effort to learn more about what takes place at a car service garage, and that's coming up shortly.
It's inevitable. If you keep a car long enough, the components of your car will wear, and if left unattended to, severe problems can develop. The key to keeping your car in top-notch condition is to know the symptoms before they get serious. Fortunately, your car will start sending you signals to let you know when it is time to address a developing problem. Car garages are now on every corner, making it tasking to find the right garage for you and your car. Located on Gong Road is the Brother Garage, which has been running for about 2.5 years. As the name tells, it is owned by the Tang brothers. Tang Xiaokun is a director and has a number of people employed to ensure the successful running of the garage.
Servicing entitles brake pads, change of brake pads if they're worn out, oil change, just generally checking that the car is in good condition to move about with it.
One of the good attributes of an efficient garage is versatility.
At Brother Garage, we offer a wide range of services such as panel beating, spray painting, engine overhaul, diagnosis, wheel balancing, car alignment, all kinds of services.
Beyond knowing the make and model of your vehicle, it also helps to know a few other mechanical basics that can save you an unnecessary trip to the auto mechanic.
Normally we do services, we recommend 4,000 to 5,000 kilometers, depending on the oil you use, so that the engine is well maintained. There's no knock or anything. Some cars need more frequent service than others because of maybe distance traveled or wear and tear. You know, you find that sometimes there is a vehicle with a small noise, but a small noise can lead to a bigger problem. So it's always best to check it out before it's done, before it gets worse. I would recommend that you service your car more often because the oil that you're using is always the first thing that you have to know. Yeah? Then the next thing is that quality parts. If you buy quality, then you're good. If you buy these substandard parts, then you use more often. And then most likely leads to engine knock or engine failure.
Brake problems indicate the need for certain repairs and replacements.
The most common causes of brake failure are substandard brakes normally, wear and tear. Then normally there's no oil, there's no leakage. You have to check all the pipes that are leaking, the calipers not seized. So normally when you do a service, it tells that you always check the brake mechanism is working properly.
Rain puts added pressure on the tires, fan belt, power steering and brakes and can result in slight malfunction.
If you have to pass through water and it's going above the exhaust, just keep your revs on your acceleration a bit higher than usual. So as not to water not to enter the exhaust block it now. But once it blocks, then you have to push it out.
Motor oil is not only toxic but also a pollutant. For that reason, Brother Garage outsources a company which ensures that their oil filters and used oil are properly disposed. You should not be intimidated, especially as a first-timer. Ask questions about why something needs fixing or how a technology works. As the customer, you have a right to become more educated about your vehicle.
Right now, imitation is so good that you can't tell the difference. You know, it's very difficult to tell the difference. But now, where the shop you buy from, you know whether they're genuine or not. Yeah, and they always advise you. And normally, there's a warranty for most genuine parts.
Sometimes it costs more to repair a vehicle than the vehicle is worth. In such a case, a good insurance company is handy.
Cars considered to be a complete write-off when it's had a terrible accident and the chassis is bent.
The Brother Garage is divided into different service stations. Each segment has mechanics who work on a particular malfunction. Jason Lawrence, the workshop manager, takes us through different stations and gives insights on some of the mechanics that take place at an auto service station.
The first thing we do normally when we're doing a service is air cleaner. Normally change that. The oil oil filter. Sometimes if the fuel filter is worn out, we change it too. But basically that's it. And plugs. Check the plugs if they're good. You know, normally the plugs nowadays that there's a number type of plugs. There's iridium and there's a normal one. The iridium goes up to 100,000 kilometers. And the normal ones, the ones that are cheaper, goes for about 5,000 kilometers. But we recommend the iridium ones, they're much better, give better performance. Normally when you're doing checking the oil at home, there's two lines. The first dot, that means the oil is very low. It should be normally the second one.
After checking the basics, the mechanic filters the oil from the oil filter to prepare the car for more work. Once the car is properly aligned, the tire bolts are systematically removed one after the other. The tires have to be removed to gain access to the brake pad. This particular brake pad has grooves around it, which according to Jason is a sign of default brakes, as it is meant to be smooth all the way. The most common cause of damage to disc brakes is when the friction pads are not replaced in time, damaging the disc surface when metal touches metal. Skimming will remove the grooves and return it to its original smoothness. On some models, it is cheaper to replace the discs than skim them.
This is our overall bay, and that's a tire bay as well. We have a wheel balancer, and then the tire repair. We normally do our the tire punctures and all that, wheel balancing, and also we do our overall oil here. This is our engine waste. We help us, like this vehicle is all the engine, we remove the engine, especially this one. This section is the body segment. So normally part of happens here. This is our jig machine. Normally it starts with the body, chassis, and if there's any weld to be done in the van here.
Brother Garage has a variety of machines and tools which enable them to perform their work faster and easier, such as this vehicle metal reshaping machine. As stated earlier, having a good insurance cover is vital for any motorist, especially when deciding to repair a car that was accidentally damaged.
Normally the insurance depends on the cover. If your cover is comprehensive and it covers you up to, let's say, 600,000, and the damage is about, let's say, to repair the damage will cost about 400,000. They won't repair. They consider it a write-off. It will be cheaper for them to pay you than to repair it.
Mr. Tang has not only hired a workshop manager but an administration assistant who not only takes care of the garage's paperwork and clients but has a lot of knowledge in this business as well.
Here we have a car for painting. Before we start the car for painting, it has to be taken to the control section, the body control section where we already took you. So we remove like the headlamps, the accessories of the car. Then before we start the work, like what he's doing right now, he's using filler. He's using filler so that they can check whether there are any dents, any pots on the car. Then after he does the filler, he'll use primer. Then the sandpaper again. We have various grades of sandpaper. We have the P240, we have P120, we have P160, depending on the fineness that they want on the car. So after this filler, there's primer, then they still do the same process again until the car is smooth, like to an even surface area.
Sanding too much or too little can cause imperfections on the surface of the car. These imperfections are almost always seen after the paint has been sprayed and dried. The right technique and tools should be used when sanding a car. The color wheel is a tool used in art to show the relationship of colors to each other. By reading a color wheel, one can find complementary color pairs and tell what two colors can be mixed to form another color. At Brother Garage, color codes are used to determine which color is closest to the client's car color with the help of their partner.
Chu is a master painter in the garage. So what happens when a customer comes and he wants a painting of the car, it depends on where he wants. Sometimes they want a full body painting, they want the bumper, they want the door, maybe they got a small accident. So depending on what the customer wants, we have this machine that weighs depending on the amount of paint that is going to be required on the car. And then for the color code, the customer will say whether he wants the original color for the car, which is usually found on the engine, like you'll find the color there. Then these are our color codes. Like depending on the color he wants, we go like we match. For example, this is a brownish silver. So depending on what the customer wants, then Chu takes it from there. The machine has all the details, like the volume of the paint you're supposed to put. So the machine basically does everything for you. So what is left to do is just weigh. Like if the machine said like 3 grams, you just do 3 grams of this, dependent on the colors that he needs. So you just weighs them, then mixes, then from there it will be ready to spray the car.
There are many ways of arriving at the same shade or tone of color, yet it is highly important that the painter select the best method, having in mind the ease of color matching, but also considering the permanency of the results obtained. Chu may look young, but his knowledge of mixing paints is spot on.
So the paint I started. This is still another spray booth. So he's done with the filler and the primer and everything. So now the car is ready for painting.
Before painting, however, the areas that do not need a do-over are properly covered with newspapers. Before a paint job, it's vital that the areas identified are free from dust and water. A pressure gun is a tool that can be used to get rid of any water or dust particles hidden in the crevices. Afterwards, a final smoothing is performed with a cloth just to ensure that no particles are left before the paint job. Then the car is ready for the paint job. Being a good painter requires a lot of patience and a certain amount of perfectionism, because that new glossy paint job will reveal the slightest blemish underneath. A mask is one to avoid inhaling the paint when working. The spray room has filters which ensure a constant flow of air. If you love your car as much as most people do, you'll want to take care of it. Aside from the regular wash and works, it's important to take it to the garage depending on the make, miles, and condition. Do not wait for your car to completely break down before getting it serviced.
A mechanic should possess the same qualities that you expect from your doctor, namely trust and reliability. You don't want to end up with a regular mechanic who takes advantage of you every chance he gets. As a car owner, you have a lot resting on your mechanic, so it's very important to find the right person. A good place to start is finding a reputable garage such as the Brothers Garage. Mid-morning at standupmedia.co.ke is our address. You can also get in touch with us through our Facebook page, KTN Mid-Morning. We look forward to your feedback. It's bye for now.